sus.
Oh.
Okay, don't open it yet. Okay.
I'd say the next cruise you can probably get.
Hopefully the people at Hampline don't hear this, because I don't know if this was... But I got this because we stayed there. I got
We are off
10...
Friday.
Yeah, I had a flight of 6, flight of 4. Then I bought 2 4-packs. And for whatever reason, the bartender threw in a 4-pack. Yeah, she was like, here, you seem to like everything. It's
We leave the 13th.
beer Toven.
Okay, that's just good marketing, is what that is.
Yeah.
So
It's an alt beer. So, because I said I liked any beer. It's a 5.1% out of Hampline. Like I said, this is a great little brewery up there in Memphis, Tennessee. Alt beer.
We'll see.
That's very simple.
Because
it's got a...
I have not figured out how I'm paying
Mm.
bills. Going from...
It's got a very, very slight hint
I'm like, I get paid
of a
once
Christmas
month?
tree. Like it wants to have it.
No.
How do you do that?
I get it right at the end, but it's not terrible. It's like
I don't get it. This is like an off red or brown something.
While I was working at Coastal, it was every week.
Okay. A symphony for your mouth.
Do what?
Inspired by the Dusseldorf Classic. It's a composition of notes of toasted malt, hoppy bitterness with hints of fruit and spice, all in perfect harmony. How does the sonata end? With a subtle espresso flavor and a Memphis twist on a German classic. I will say well represented.
so. On that note,
That is definitely a note.
it makes me wanna look up and see. So, Memphis,
Yes.
named after an ancient Egyptian city. That's why there's a pyramid on the water.
And that.
I thought that was just for marketing.
No, that's why it's there. It's named after an ancient Egyptian city. I wonder if there are any breweries in this country that make, because they had they did have a beer like drink that they used to have for like the commoners in ancient Egypt.
Okay.
I wonder if anybody still makes that.
Besides like mead?
Well, mead was more like Norse, like northern Europe kind of deal.
You had the ciders, the meads.
I wonder. I'll have to look that up. I'm curious about that.
Are you looking for your phone in your pocket?
I am, but it's only in my wallet. It's over there.
What are you looking for?
My phone.
Oh, I was looking at it.
Anyways.
I can't look on my phone because it's recording.
What?
Yeah,
I'm on my text messages.
I don't care that you go through my phone.
I'm not going through your phone. Look at that text messages.
I know. I need to...
Okay, what am I looking up?
To see if anybody makes any kind of like
You want to go through it?
ancient Egyptian
Okay.
liquors or beer.
Ancient. Not adjacent.
Ancient adjacent.
Ancient Egyptian alcohol.
Yeah.
Damn it.
What? What?
I found a new thing to give them shot.
Okay. The ancient Egyptians made at least 17 types of beer
Okay.
and at least 24 varieties of wine. The most common type of beer was known as HQT. Beer was a drink of common laborers. Financial accounts report that the Giza pyramids builders were allotted a daily beer ration of 1 1/3 gallons.
Holy bejesus.
That's not what you asked fast.
Huh?
That's not what you asked though.
Wine was
No.
preferred by the upper class.
You should ask what is.
What?
Beer was made from a mixture of water and barley that was heated and then fermented. Like most of them is heated and fermented. That mixture was partially seasoned with fruit juice, concentrates, filtered, served as a thick, sweet drink. Others in the last 12 months created... Okay.
It's Nikki.
It was a staple in ancient Egypt. It was consumed by people of all ages
I don't know.
instead of water.
Well, I know that
Hey
like
Spencer, it's Nikki.
wine
Send her the email
and
address
like
to this number.
beer were a preferred drink because they weren't
It's a local number.
What's that noise?
contaminated with bacteria and stuff like that.
It's a big going by the house.
I thought we were keep going.
Okay, mead is the
That was
oldest.
no kid. I think that was just a person.
Okay.
Which
People that drive.
I have plans on making my own mead for us to try on here. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Who?
That's
We're the ones w'ho've been drinking, and we are not the noisy ones.
I know.
That's what's fun.
My wife's going through my phone and like, who's so and so? Who's so and so? And I'm like, I don't even know who this person is.
Hey, Core.
Yeah.
Who's Gabby?
Well, you said Sandy Sansing,
Yeah,
so
she works at Sandy Sansing.
yeah, and I'm sure it says, Mr. Gregory, are you still interested in purchasing a vehicle?
There's one from Nikki that said you can text the email address to this phone number.
Okay. Text the email address to this phone number.
Yes.
Who's Nikki?
Egyptians were so well known as brewers, in fact, that their fame eclipsed the actual inventors of the process, the Sumerians, in ancient times. Oh.
The question was if there's anybody that brews any ancient.
I think I'll have to do some research and
Okay.
next episode.
Does anyone...
Who's Madeline?
Damn it. Does anyone what?
Let's give Spencer my phone.
Does anybody make any ancient Egyptian beers
We're going to make
in
another
like present day or whatever? If you don't mind handing it to me.
Man, this was fun though. Here you go.
Wow.
To Daddy.
Okay, it says Sakara, Stella, no, not that one. Luxor, and Heineken, yes, that one. Are all brewed in Egypt.
Oh,
What is a traditional Sharm spirit
They're not
drink?
ancient Egypt, though. Come on, Spencer, give me the answer.
Okay. We're doing a whole thing as we were singing. Talking to each other.
I have nothing to do because yours is dead.
Yeah, it is. I would be on my phone right now.
I'm gonna go through your phone then.
Oh,
Why?
here, I'll throw this back at my wife then.
Also, that's Piper. That's
Spencer looks up. But yes,
She loves this.
I don't remember what the question is, but
Piper was wolves. I have myself.
this alt beer, the Beertoven, is quite fantastic.
it is. It's really good.
It is very smooth. So, thank you, Hampline. You were truly a great place to visit.
Your phone's gonna die.
They're at New
I
Brewery.
know.
Yeah, they opened
They
during
opened COVID.
2021, I think she said.
Yeah.
So they haven't been open that long, but they have very, very good beers. Any place that has 3 varieties of Goses, plus multiple other types. My favorite there myself was the notorious NTB. Pardon?
It was my favorite.
Oh, out of
We
the
went
three,
that week
out of the
for
3 places we
environment.
went, the environment was very friendly. The bartender was very friendly. I love their styles. They didn't just stick to 1 or 2.
So, I guess basically coming first full circle from this evening, when we went, Simon mentioned earlier we went and had Thai food earlier, and he was ordering a beer, and he asked if they had the, where is it at?
It's Dogfish 90 minute.
Yeah, it was a 90-minute IPA, and my guess is they had it, and she misunderstood what you were asking.
Okay, well,
Because it was on there.
it was on one of the 2 menus.
It was on mine, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but apparently, and I'll do some more research on this, but Dogfish actually does some historical brews.
Dogfish does.
Yeah, so I'll do some looking on that, but I will get back next episode, Kyle.
Oh, next episode. That's a challenge. 'Cause it'll probably be 2 weeks to 4 weeks.
Yes, so,
They'll be on their cruise, so it won't be too.
Excuse me.
Oh, you're
I
being
will film some like I did last time. I'll film
being on a
some.
cruise. It must be nice. Is that the mad IT money?
Huh? No.
I wish we were making good IT money.
This is her picture.
So, if you book far enough ahead, you can pay on it 0 interest. We didn't book as far ahead as we probably should have, but you can do that.
I know. I'm just giving you a rash of shit.
I know. I wish the IT money was as good as you keep playing it up to be.
But how much is it a year?
A year?
A year?
This is just a rough estimate, so...
Rough. Like, is this going to burn when you stick it in? Or are you going to use some lubricant? Are you going to spit on your hand?
Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom. Have you not seen that on TikTok?
No.
I'll have to show you.
I've seen a lot on TikTok, but that is not what I've seen.
Roughly 56, 57,000.
Yeah, more than I make. More than Wendy makes. Mad money.
Here's the thing, YouTube.
We make 0 off this.
I suggested computers to Simon some years ago, and the response I got was, I know about computers.
I do know about computers. I use computers. I don't know what that's about.
But they wouldn't let me in that department if I even tried it in a job.
I told Spencer I was gonna get in. Start doing
but yeah.
stuff.
I'm just picking on him.
It's fine. It's
He's been stuck in
Yeah.
where he's bad at. I'm happy that he got out of it.
State stuff.
He deserved more money because he was a supervisor. He was the least paid supervisor
Yeah.
out of the whole company.
And now I'm still trying to get used to not being a supervisor, which
I
is,
need to because I know
it's very awkward
it could help me.
because
My dad could help me.
I've been used to, hey, you do this, you do this, and now I'm in a position where it's like,
Probably the next.
I'm the new guy and nobody listens to,
The
to
new
me.
guy.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I
so-
know that I am in my position. Even though I'm older, I'm the lowest position.
Start doing
And so when I give ideas, they're like,
pretty busy, Abby.
So,
what?
so in the company I work for, I've been there for almost 19 years. And so I've reached the point where I get a lot of leave built up. But I'm new in the department, but I have more leave than pretty much everybody else. So it's kind of awkward.
Why? Leave is just leave.
No, but it's like, well, I'll put it to you this way. So, I don't know if
How do you have so much leave when you cruise every year?
No, I just accrue leave. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of leave because my kids are always sick and I've got to be home. But
It all has sick leave now.
yes, but they just changed a rule at the credit union where when you first start, instead of getting 2 weeks of leave, you get 3 weeks of leave. And so it came up, and I was like, well, but
It doesn't benefit us.
it doesn't matter to me. So
We only get 5.
Yeah. 'cause
Only.
mhm.
I say only.
it's nothing.
When you've been there for 24 years.
I accrue right now 4 hours of each every
Which
2
is
weeks.
the same as what
Yeah.
everybody else is going
That's
to get.
what I'll be accruing. Well,
But like when I'm there after 10 years, I accrue 16 hours of each every 2
she
weeks,
said it was 8 hours.
Which is double than what we
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is crazy.
Well, no, it's more than that because we get 8 for annual, but we still only get 3 for sick.
No, ours is the same
Yeah.
for both.
You said it's the same for sick leave, and that's what I understood. So
It is the same.
Yeah.
It goes 4, 8, 16. 1,
But-
5, 10. After 10 years, and that's why so many people have so much. But
So hold on before we go.
Okay,
Let's take a
before
little
we go.
90-degree turn on this.
90 degree.
We've been
Because we need to get off of our job.
tonight we've talked about movies, we've talked about politics, we've talked about work.
Women's bodies.
Yes.
Shame on you.
Yes. How we would fix the country, but nobody will listen to us.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle is the fix.
Kyle is a fix, but he just doesn't want
Yeah.
to come to work.
He works his ass off. What are you talking
He
about?
doesn't come to our job where we want him.
Kyle,
Yeah.
Wait, was Wendy down here for that? Kyle's gonna be the president.
Of the brew pill?
No,
No.
of the country.
The country.
And he's gonna give us jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're not gonna work.
Okay, but anyways, have there been any
Never
video
liked
games
Kyle.
that you've seen recently that you're excited about?
I'm interested in the Marvel 1943 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the video looks interesting. I just don't know if the gameplay is going to be as good as the video.
I hope,
Okay.
because we had Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League.
Yes.
And I had high hopes for that. But it turned out to be a live service, pay us more money after you buy the game kind of game. And that was
Which
highly
is a
disappointing.
sad thing about nowadays is, hey, pay us more money.
Yeah. My hopes are. Have you got to play? You don't have a PlayStation, so you haven't got to play the Spider-Man.
No, don't rub it in.
I will let you borrow my PlayStation so you can play it.
No, you need to buy me one since you made my money.
Okay. Well, after my wife stops freaking out over money.
Losing too
Anyways.
much.
Losing it.
My hope is that it will be
K-Cats are awful.
something similar, because with Spider-Man, like the first, I haven't played the second one.
I've heard they're amazing.
The first one, everything is unlockable
Yes.
through gameplay,
Okay.
which is how, to me, how
It
games
should be. Shouldn't have to pay for
No.
downloadable content.
No. I mean, if you
If you can't win, yeah, sure. But if you can win, you should be able to earn it.
yes, but I will agree with you to a point. If they make an addition to the game and it's more story,
Yeah.
I don't mind paying $10, $20, depending, for that. I don't. But I shouldn't have to pay for new costumes or,
Me and my son played the Lego games. And the cool thing about the Lego games is you can get a lot of characters for $2 or $3.
yeah.
And so on Lego Avengers, Lego Villains, $2 or $3.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, we do it every
Yeah.
time.
That's not bad.
And like
They're-
when we were on vacation, I bought, because I saw it in a store,
Well,
BioShock, I saw it on there.
1, 2, and Infinite
Okay.
with all the downloadable content. I like that when they come out. I wait, it's
Yeah.
like, oh crap, it's a
Game of the year, or
$18.
complete
Yeah.
edition. Yeah.
It's like we got Injustice 1, Injustice 2, and both of them were the Ultimate Editions with all the extra playable characters. Those were like $7 at a game store. I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be the first, pay that. But if you're willing to wait,
I mean, that's all up to personal preference.
Yeah.
I get that.
I'm not the one who broke my foot waiting for a game.
In my defense,
There is no defense.
the handicap ramp that I tripped on and broke my ankle on was asphalt, and I was
No, wait,
sitting on the
it's
sidewalk.
whose fault?
It was asphalt,
It's ass's fault.
and it was midnight, and I was standing on a concrete sidewalk, didn't see it, and broke my ankle. And that was for Halo 3, by the way. But
Was it worth it?
yes.
Really? Was it? It's a video game.
I'm a gamer. It was worth it.
It's
You know
not
what? No,
worth it.
no. Let me explain why it was worth it. Because I was able to lay up on a couch for several days with a broken ankle and play the game and not have to go to work. So it was worth it.
Okay. How long were you out?
I was out for about a week before I was able to get up and move and get to work.
How long? Okay. Last year, when I broke my arms,
Yeah.
I was out for 14 weeks.
Yeah.
In 14 weeks, I started with Forza Horizon 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we just got 1. We went backwards. And all for cheaper than normal prices,
Well-
because you look around. That's why I love secondhand freaking stores for
Well,
games.
and that's what I was going to say was
yeah, learn how to use it better than
I recently made my way over to our local store, Rad Junk.
Yes.
And
We've been to the Rad Bar. You saw the video.
yes. We went over there at one point. We looked around, and I was like, "Okay, I'm coming back." I consolidated my game collection that I've made over the years into a binder instead of being in the cases and taking up all the space.
Which is a hard decision to make, really, because we
It
do
is.
like the cases.
Yeah, but then I was like, I'm gonna end up tossing these cases out. So what I did was I just bagged them up. I took them over there, and I was like, "Hey, I know people trade in just the disc. here's my cases instead of just throwing them away.
Oh,
you can have
really?
them. Yeah, they didn't give me anything for it, but I was like, you know what?
In case.
I was supporting a local business. I don't care. Like I was gonna throw it away anyway, so whatever. But I do plan on going over there. I've got a few bucks that I've saved up for myself, and there's some games in the past that I've been wanting to play that I just didn't get to. So
Yeah. We're about to hook up the PS2 so my son can check out some PS2 games,
I made the mistake because I still have an NES,
Yes.
and I hooked that up.
The original NES?
I do.
Oh.
And I hooked that up and I put in Super Mario. And my son was... We were living in the apartment. He was, what, 5?
5.
Yeah. And I hooked it up and I was like, this is the games I used to play. And he played it for maybe 2 minutes and he was like,
It sucks.
it looks bad and it's boring. And I was like...
Your feelings got hurt. Which is funny. Because my son... I'm a big Tron fan. I love Tron. I grew up on Tron. They came out with Tron Legacy back in 2010, 2011. And I wanted him to see the new Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, but you can't start at Tron Legacy. So we got Disney. We have Disney Plus. Put on the original Tron. And I was like so afraid. I was like cringing. Because when you watch it as an adult, you're like, oh. And he actually liked it. It's like he still saw the magic that I saw when I was a kid. And so when we put on Legacy, he was like, oh, he appreciated Legacy so much more. And I'm like, now he wants to watch the show because there was the Disney show as well. And so I love that. It's like, because it's hard though with kids because they're used to this certain, they didn't go through the process like we did where you saw 8-bit, 16-bit. And so you hope with like a game like Minecraft, which is a true throwback.
Yeah.
Even though I don't appreciate it because of the storyline and the whole building your own thing, but the graphic wise, I'm like, that's what we grew up with.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate it for that. Just like side-scrolling games. I can appreciate those because even though the graphics got better, it's the same basic style.
Yeah.
As, and that's what makes a game. Is your believability and your gameplay and your story, and the graphics can come and go and everything else. It has to have the story, it has to have the interaction that you enjoy, and then no matter what age you are, you can get into it.
Yeah.
I
didn't look out like you did with Tron. I turned on the original Power Rangers because when I was growing up,
sorry,
I was completely into it. Okay, I was hook, line, and sinker. That was my thing, right?
Okay.
And I turned it on. I had my kids sitting there, and again, about 5-10 minutes in, they were both like, "We're bored. Can we go do something else?" And I was like, "Yeah."
That's a hard thing. Is like I grew up as a Gen X. You grew up as a millennial.
Power Rangers.
And the unfortunate thing about millennials, I can see your point of view but as I was at a different age, so when I watched the Power Rangers, I was like, because you could see the rubber suits. It's like,
yeah.
When I look backwards, like the boomers grew up with the original Godzilla, the guy in the plastic rubber suit, which is Power Rangers.
Okay.
So like I liked Godzilla the concept, but I always hoped for something like Godzilla -1,
yeah,
or the whole MonsterVerse and stuff like that.
So let me ask you this though, because you made a face when I said Power Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I turned on the Guyver right now,
it's Mark Hamill.
You'd be totally into it.
I love the Guyver. I've seen the Guyver.
Yeah.
I watched it on VHS.
Yeah. Which Hollywood, if you're listening,
do a Guyver remake.
Or maybe
Stop remaking shit.
no,
the Guyver though. How many people have not seen the Guyver? Guyver was a small.
Yeah, but you could make a continuation.
Oh, you could
with another person.
Yes,
with the Guyver,
next generation of Guyver or something.
And
just
that
like
way,
Star Trek, they did.
Yeah,
you could definitely do that.
Which, speaking of, we are getting another Star Trek movie.
Yes,
soon.
Part 4.
No.
I heard there was a part 4.
There is a part 4.
Chris
I'm
Pine.
talking about a different movie.
And not Quentin Tarantino?
No. This is the dark side.
The dark side.
The Federation. It's gonna be on Paramount Plus, but it's gonna be.
Is it gonna be like off of Discovery when they went to that dark universe or whatever?
No. So what this is, it's called Section 31, and it's basically the CIA or the Federation.
Okay.
They do things underhandedly to keep the Federation safe.
Oh, so they're the government.
Basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But what's her name? Michelle Yao.
Yeah.
She's like the main character in it.
From Discovery.
Yes.
Oh,
She's
wow.
from the alternate universe, but they have brought her into Section 31, like I said, which is like the CIA of the Federation, and it's a story with her, but
Her story with her butt. That is a dark universe.
but they are going to have another character in there who ends up becoming the captain of another enterprise. So they're thinking it may be a
That could be.
backdoor.
I'm sorry, Paramount. I'm so sorry.
A backdoor to a new series. And I just realized that we're talking about butts and backdoors. So
That's right. And I'm trying to show my hair off. I want to be the next Anson Mount right there.
there you go.
If you need another white
Pikes
captain,
Peak.
that's
Pikes
right.
Peak. Yeah, we have.
Look, it's not thinning. Look, Paramount, it's not thinning. I don't know if you were trying to show yours was or not.
I know. I was pointing out your. But
Just
yeah,
for whatever reason, they have to have white captains. I really appreciate like Discovery and other shows where they, the Voyager.
and I will say, and say what you will about me saying this, but it's the truth. My favorite Star Trek series thus far is Deep Space Nine. With yeah,
Benjamin Sisko.
yeah. And if you haven't seen it, I believe it's called In the Pale Moonlight. It's an episode that is the greatest episode of Star Trek there has ever been, ever, and ever will be.
And he calls it. And on that note, I think we're going to conclude if you're okay with that, because I have to pee really bad.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us.